Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm going to be giving you the New Year's preview for Days of Our Lives. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button so YouTube knows a good channel for sub fans. And we have a membership where, and during our live, we already gave out the New Year's preview like 2 weeks ago. So, one of the perks to being a member is you get a lot of information first, a lot of, daily, soap news if it warrants it. Anything special I'd like to communicate with the members, if it's something they feel would be an interest to them. So give the membership a try. We'd love to have you. And it helps the channel out greatly. So it helps me out greatly. So give that membership a chance, and hopefully I'll see you on the membership side. But now we're really going to get into Days of Our Lives, where they talk about Kate, Roman, Marlena, John, Kaylin, Steve. We started the story and the women all survived. We knew we would have them relapse. So we kind of figured that the story of the women dying doesn't have a huge payoff if one of them or more of them doesn't actually die. So we gave ourselves a challenge. Are we really writing all three of our biggest stars? You have to tune in to see, but what's great about the story is the focus on the couples and the high stakes of these women's actually facing death. Of course, there's a twist because it's Days of Our Lives, but it's a highly emotional story that will be fun to see where it ends up going. Now, from what we know from other soap news is that Kate, Marlena, and Kayla will all die. That's why I chose this picture behind me. But they're going to go to heaven and they're going to have an adventure and then they're going to come back to life. So this is one of those sort of sit back and just enjoy it. It gives all of the actors an opportunity to chew the scenery of the idea that Marlena, Kate, and Kayla, have died. For instance, Alex turning off Stephanie's phone, and Chad is trying to call her to tell her that her mother's dying. And, now Alex is in trouble with Stephanie once all of the truth comes out, So that is, part of the payoff of the story, people reacting to the deaths. But as a fan, you can be happy that it's not permanent. Alex, Stephanie, and Chad. We played the bond between Stephanie and Chad, and is really not ready, and that Chad is really not ready for anything more than a friendship because he's not over Abigail. Alex feels that closeness between Stephanie and Chad and is threatened. Ultimately, Alex makes a move to get Chad out of the way, which has some unintended consequences that are really kind of devastating. So that is what I just talked about him turning her phone off and then them making love. And, so he's finally got what he wanted. He got her in bed, they're dating. And now the secret that he stopped her for being there when her mother needed her most is going to affect their relationship. Lee, Gabby, Stefan, and Chloe. Stefan has been brainwashed to hate Gabby and to be disgusted by her, and his feelings for Chloe had been reinforced. Chloe's been rejected by Brady, and she knows Stefan isn't completely in his right mind. And I think we know Gabby is somebody that's not going to give up. She's going to find a way to get through to Stefan. In the meantime, Lee's not going to give up on Gabby. So the story will continue. There's a reason why they let Lee and Gabby actually become man and wife. I think that'll be one more obstacle into getting Gabby to be his again. However, if soap's gonna soap, there's a really good chance that Chloe could be pregnant by Stefan, which would make sense because while there are fans that just want Chloe and Brady back together, Stefan and Gabby back together, it's a soap opera. There's complications. And if the soap opera uses the normal soap opera playbook Chloe will discover she's pregnant. That will give Chloe and Stefan an opportunity to see if their relationship is going to go anywhere. I do know this week, uh, Brady tells Chloe the truth about being blackmailed by Kristen, and so there is a chance that Brady and Chloe will get back together, and we may even get a Who's a Daddy storyline. That is if they go there. So we're moving on to Nicole, EJ, Eric, and Sloan. Nicole and Eric are trying to move on from each other. Even though Sloan and Eric are both looking for something casual, we see that they're really starting to grow a little bit closer. At the same time, Nicole is drawing closer to EJ, who is still very much interested in Nicole. Nicole still feels a pull towards Eric, but by putting her into EJ's orbit, it taps into that schemy side of Nicole, especially as EJ and Stefan are going to war over Demir, and Nicole is sinking her teeth into that with him. We're going to move on to Will, Sonny, and Leo. A long-term spoiler, the actor that plays Sonny chose not to renew his contract. He wants to pursue other things. So I'll tell you the New Year preview for Sonny, Leo, and Will. But just know by the end of February, early March, the characters of Sonny and will be leaving the show, moving once again out of state. So that's why while I watch, that little drama they're having now doesn't mean anything to me because I know it's all coming to an end, and I know how it's coming to end with Sonny and Will leaving town. So it's been kind of fun to see Leo, who was such a thorn in the side of Will, start to actually make real inroads with Sonny and start to build real friendship. When will Will come back? He's just in a state of disbelief that after everything, Sonny's going to be friends with this guy. Sonny finds himself in this weird position and defending Leo, and it will cause a rift between him and Sonny. But I already told you, they end up together. They're leaving town. But it'll be February or March. We also have Allie, Chanel, Johnny, Wendy, and Trip. Allie remains a little bit threatened by the relationship between Chanel and Johnny. And I am team Chanel and Johnny because I feel like they have way more chemistry than Chanel and Allie. And he has no chemistry with Wendy. So only people he's had chemistry with is Ava and Chanel. So Ava's gone. Let's get Chanel and Johnny back together, remarried. Meanwhile, Johnny and Wendy are drawing closer, but then Trip comes home and we see that he's still hung up on Wendy, so it's going to be pretty complicated. Let Wendy be with Trip. Hell, they should have kept Steve's other son around, Joey. I would have rather seen the Joey, Trip, and Wendy triangle, which I actually felt they did have chemistry between the three of them going back and forth on Beyond Salem Part 2. But, we'll see. Finally, we have Gwen, Xander, and Sarah. It's bad enough that Xander took money to kidnap Susan Banks, but not only did Bonnie get caught up in it, Susan died, and Sarah really can't stay married to this guy who committed a crime knowingly that led to someone's death. And then here we have Gwen, who tried to do everything in her power to help contain the situation. Jack ends up giving this surprising ultimatum that may really affect the situation and how it plays out. So, of course, Jack is going to want, his daughter, Gwen, away from Xander. Just at a time when Sarah, I think I read, gives Xander divorce papers. And I have to say this, I was, past tense, was a huge fan of Xander and Sarah. I spent, 2-3 years, rooting for them. And then this new version of Sarah that's come back from the island, She finally gets Xander, they get married, and the next day she tries to divorce him. And then, things calm down. And then now she's snitching on him, so that he could potentially go to jail, and she wants to divorce him again. This is not the Xander and Sarah I followed for 3 years. Because I think about Victor and Maggie, and that's basically what Xander is. He's Sarah's Victor, you know, but I can't see anything other than if Victor heard her daughter, Maggie, snitching on Victor. And I don't like the idea that Sarah knew who she met. She knew he was a kidnapper and attempted murder and all the stuff that he did in the past. She knew all of that. And she still married him. Um, Xander can't be a perfect man. He's a flawed man. And Gwen 100% accepts him. Gwen is Xander's Bonnie. He's Clyde. They work together. They mesh. Whereas Sarah is trying to put Xander in jail, Gwen was doing everything humanly possible to get him out of this jam. And that's why I'm now team Gwen, Xander and Gwen. But I got it. Xander and Gwen equals Gander. So I'm team Gander. And that's it for the spoilers for the preview for 2023. And I will see you in the next video.
All right.